Welcome back to Let's Talk Barca. This episode 18, the review of 1-1 draw with Alves. Today's episode, we're going to review the 1-1 draw with Alves. Now let's get started. We're going to start with my overall review of the team performance. And I want to say, what did you think would happen once we replaced Koeman? This is for all the people who thought that once Koeman was replaced, that magic would happen and we would just automatically start winning and guys would just start performing just because we replaced Koeman. And this is what I was trying to say from the very beginning, but you followed the media and you followed the fanboys and horrible Barca fan channels that are out there. And you believed that Koeman was the sole issue with this team. Koeman and Koeman's tactics and Koeman's philosophies are not the problem with this team. So let's get into it. Thank you for checking out the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get into it. The defense. Let's start with the left back, Jordi Alba. I think he played well. He connected well. He did his thing up and down the left flank. Nothing wrong to say with Jordi Alba. He's been doing his thing for the last few games, and every time he plays, we got to see Balde play a little bit on the left flank, and he looked good as well when he caught in, so that was good to see that on the left flank. Left center back, Eric Garcia, I thought he played well. This is probably his third or fourth game in a row that I thought he played well. Ever since El Clasico, I thought he's been playing a lot better, and he hasn't been really responsible for a lot of the crucial goals or crucial breakdowns in the team. So I thought Eric Garcia played well, and I'm looking forward to seeing him and Araujo partner and becoming a great dominant duo as a center back pairing. Now to PK. To me, personally, PK has been more responsible for more of our losses and more of our drop points than pretty much any one single player. Maybe notwithstanding Eric Garcia, but even Eric Garcia's mistakes didn't cost us points like PK. I mean, PK keeps getting turned by old players. Like, at least when Eric Garcia gets beat, he gets beat by, speedsters and guys, doing things that are understandable. But PK is getting turned by Romelu Falcao, by I don't even remember the forward for Alves. Like, this is the thing, everybody that's been playing PK is really just destroying PK, and PK is supposed to be our veteran, and for him to get beat with skill and have such slow reaction time is not acceptable. And I think it's time for PK to retire. It's time to PK to move on. He's probably been our worst, if not our second worst player for the whole start of the season, right? And he's cost us more points than Koeman or any tactic that Koeman has done. PK has been absolutely horrible. Now to the right back position, I thought Mingueza played well. He didn't do anything spectacular. He does need to still improve his crossing, but I thought he played well. I don't think he was a problem or an issue that we had at any point during this game. All right, so now we're going to get into the midfield. So as we get into the midfield, what we're going to take a look at is I thought the midfield three played well. And I thought that both Gavi and Nico exposed what we've been missing with De Jong. I think when we see that Nico has been consistently showing those additional runs from midfield, that he's getting open into the box, and those through passes and through lobs over the top are getting there. And these are I call them the Xavi runs, those deep midfield runs. If you look back and you go back through all of Xavi's career, he's got those deep runs where he'll come in and he'll score nice nifty goals with passes from Messi or Iniesta, or he'll then send a nice good crossover for Messi or someone else to finish in the box, usually nice little tap-ins or something for somebody. So that's what we're missing right now. That's where our offense is struggling. That's why we look so stagnant. But you notice whenever Nico makes those runs from midfield, Busquets and everybody else is able to find him with the lobs over top, right? And we could see Nico found Jordi Alba late in the game there, late in the first half, with that little darting run where he took a deep run from midfield, and then because it was such a deep run, the offside trap doesn't really work so well. So it's just about timing, and we got to see Nico continue to make those runs, and then now just finish it either with a good pass or a good finish on goal to get us a goal. Now De Jong, I expect those types of runs more from De Jong, and I expect De Jong to actually score those. Those are runs that De Jong should be getting 8 to 9 goals every year on easily. Just make some runs in the box and be able to get a couple of tap-ins or a couple of shots where he's wide open in the box. Player of De Jong's caliber should be able to finish. Nico, he's 19, he's still learning. Give Nico a few more years to continue to make those runs and continue to finish, and I'm sure Nico will be fine. But I'm glad to see Nico showing the intelligence of making those runs now, and looking forward to seeing him and Gavi continue to make those runs and continue to learn to finish. Now, Busquets, once again, Busquets, once we do a high press and once we press high, Busquets, he really fits in properly. Now, the problem I'm seeing with Busquets is that he does, just like PK, his reaction time seems to have slowed down, but not as much as with PK. But he does seem to get caught on the ball a lot more than he's ever seemed to. Now, I mean, for Busquets, just him getting caught on the ball once is like, once in any one game, or once a week in 3 games is odd, right? But we're seeing it 2 and 3 times a game now. He'll get caught on the ball where he's just a little slow, or his drag back doesn't work, or something. He just loses control a little bit, which is normally not what Busquets does, and that does expose us defensively in transition, because when Busquets loses the ball, it leads right to a center back pairing, and with PK and Eric Garcia, they're not very quick to react. So when we have that type of error, it does cost us. It cost us in the last game. Didn't so much cost us in this game, but you can start to see where that's a problem. The slow reaction time cost us with PK in this game, and his inability to react to the actual center forward. But Busquets per se didn't, but I do see him slowing down in his reaction time. All right, so that's what I see for the midfield. And then when the guys coming in, I'll be honest with you, Riqui Puig, I didn't see him actually do anything of any credible, worth remembering. Like, if you guys could really say that what was a pass that he opened up the defense with, what was a shot, what was a look, he didn't do anything. Did he make a run? He didn't. One thing gonna give Riqui Puig a lot of respect for. He did work back a lot harder than I normally see him do, so I want to give him credit for that. But his main bread and butter is trying to have offense, and if he's not going to produce anything offensively, then he's not really serving any purpose. So if he's not going to give more than Gavi, or he's not going to give more than Nico, then why are we playing him more than those guys? And he does. If he's not going to give more than Pedri offensively, then why is he going to get any minutes? But he's got to step up if he wants to continue to prove that he deserved those minutes, and he should earn more minutes in midfield. Because when De Jong and Pedri get back, Riqui Puig has not done enough in this one game to earn a spot for more minutes. So all you Riqui Puig fans who keep saying, Riqui Puig is the greatest, how many coaches is this that have not selected Riqui Puig to start? How many coaches has Riqui Puig failed to impress? It's got to be Riqui Puig at this point now. Something he's not doing, and if you guys can't see it, then you're just blind, and you're just fanboys of Riqui Puig. All right, so we've done that. We've looked at the midfield. Now let's go into... All right, so now we're going to take a look at the strike force. So the strike force, honestly, we don't have much to choose from. I mean, let's start off with Aguero. He looked okay starting the game, but, he got injured. Hopefully he'll be okay, and it's not nothing too serious, but that didn't look too good. Doesn't look too good when someone can't breathe and they didn't get hit or anything like that, so hopefully he'll be much better. But once again, this is the problem that we're having is really more about just the quality of the players and having actual players in the right position. Memphis Depay, he played well, he did his thing, but we got to get more players out there, and we got to get them more in rhythm so we can start resting Depay and not at least playing him 90 minutes every single game. So I think he's pretty much played 90 minutes every single game, and we've relied heavily on Memphis Depay right now offensively because we just don't have the bodies moving forward. Now, Dest looks okay on the right wing, but I really want to see Dest fall back into the right back position, because I think then we'll look really dangerous. But this is good time for Dest to learn, focus on his offensive skills, so that when he's in those positions as the right wing back, he'll be more proficient in providing crosses and so forth. Right now, his crosses are horrible. His decision making in the final third has not been great. But like I said, once again, this is part of the problem. We're playing such young players under such pressure. Right, so this is part of the problem. he wasn't going to improve with the removal of Koeman, and this was going to happen. But we got to just continue to be patient because he hasn't played his position. He's played left back more than he's played right back. He's played right winger more than he's played right back. So he hasn't really had an opportunity to play his position consistently and be able to just play that and just enjoy it and just play carefree. So that doesn't look so good for him in terms of the way he's performing, but I'm not disappointed in him. I think he's actually doing well, and I think it's going to be good for him in the long run if he can keep his head up and keep his confidence up. Now let's go into the young kid that came up from Barca B on the right-hand side. And now he did look good. I mean, and this is the difference between him and Pooch. Is like you get the opportunity, you've got to do something, And he won us a good free kick in a dangerous area. He did look good on a couple of chances. Now he had one play where he did get stopped, but that's okay. Like these are kids, so just giving them minutes and getting them out there and letting them run up and down and see what they can do. I mean, I'm fine with that. Like, so when we look at it, our core has been perfect. Our kid core has been really good. They've really done what they had to do. They're not costing us games. It's our veterans. And speaking of veterans, Coutinho. Can someone please tell me what Coutinho has done? It's been how many games, for how many seasons has Coutinho, and he's just not performing. This whole season, Coutinho has not performed. We continue relying on Coutinho to perform something and make something, make a good pass, make a good run, make something, make a good dribble, do something, Coutinho. And it's how many game after game after game, and he's failed and failed and failed. Coutinho's just got to do more. We have to get rid of him. He's taking up minutes for other players that are there for them to develop. Because when Pedri gets back and De Jong gets back, we can't bench Nico and Gavi and keep Coutinho playing. It doesn't make any sense. We'll have to change the formation to give these guys minutes just to sit Coutinho, because we cannot afford to bench these guys and not allow them to develop while we're wasting time with Coutinho and he's not doing anything on the pitch worth of any value. So that was my take for the game. I do think the kids played well. I do think the kids are going to continue to develop, and every game that they play and every experience that they play is going to help them. I think our veterans let us down, mainly PK and Coutinho. I think they failed today and they're not stepping up, and they're failing to step up in the moments that Barcelona need them to step up, and they're not earning their money. They're not earning their keep. So I'd like to see them be replaced or sold if possible, and move forward with younger players and give them the opportunity. So that's the take on today's game, and this is Let's Talk Barca, and this is for those who know, and if you don't know, you just don't know. Don't forget to like and subscribe, everybody. Take care.